Greetings over the diaspora to those that do not speak the languages that we speak. Yes, I see that you guys are here and we do need to start switching our languages, but yeah, these are unfortunately the effects of all these colonial things that have happened to us. We can't even speak to one another. But like I always say, that our languages are quite phonetic, so yeah, maybe let us do like a talent exchange kind of thing where you teach me your language, I teach you my language, so on and so on, so that yeah, we are within, you know, we get closer to our Nature, which is the source of especially the Bantu languages, where we can see certain similarities. But thank you so much. Welcome back to everybody. Stoners United, Korean Conscious, Black Korean Conscious, Knowledge Seekers, Knowledge Collectors, Towaza Koko Gang, Bomakosi Gang, Dingaka, Tarot Card Gang, Chakra Hands, Knowledge Seekers, Knowledge Collectors, the War Gang, the Anti-War Gang. Thank you so much, as long as we are all here in love and light and we are sharing knowledge. And today's episode is on the introduction of the new season that we're getting into. So from tomorrow the 23rd, we are entering. So we are finishing off our season of Heteru and going into our third season. For those, like Khosi Khadi Matli said in the episodes that we shared, I know it was a lot in Tswana, but yes, we don't want to also limit our guests for them to fully express and give us the information that we want. But yeah, hopefully when we do have capacity, maybe we'll work on like a subtitle kind of thing. But yeah, like I'm saying, maybe like a talent exchange thing would be a great idea, you know, because once we actually get to the core of things, we realize that actually our languages are quite similar. But for those that do not have the Bantu languages or the native tongues and are only purely English speaking, we're gonna try hard to keep it in that way. But please also read between the lines. I try not to throw in my township languages a lot, and yeah, so that we can be accommodative to everybody. But yes, thank you so much for those who are able to tune into the live yesterday that we had with Nsigimazwai on her podcast, Moya Podcast. Please go subscribe. They have amazing guests there, from the political spaces, conscious spaces, healing spaces. Yeah, it's just a beautiful space for Africans and Africans who are also looking to come back and, you know, find ourselves and the truth about ourselves, because we've been living in such illusions, a whole lot of illusions of who we are as a people. But yeah, it's not going to be a long one today because we're doing the intro, and hopefully by next week we're going to do a full episode. But for those who want to rush and yeah, maybe experience what we did yesterday and yeah, want to hear everything about Djehuty, you can please go check it out. She did upload the episode and has also attached, I'm also going to attach the things that align us with the season of Djehuty. So let us get into our season. So the season that we are entering, which starts on sunrise of the 23rd of November, and it ends on the 23rd of December, where we're going to now be entering our summer solstice, the hottest day on the planet. But more on that when that comes. And yes, I do have a little bit of announcements in Yana, you know. Yeah, so that is the period of Djehuty, 23 November up until 23 December. And then the stone for the season is an Agate stone. So, oh snap, I don't have it with me right now. But yeah, it's got nice little circles around it. It looks like, for me, it looks like something that comes from under the sea. It looks like a shell kind of situation, but it's got different colors. And yeah, the most common one is the Botswana Agate, or the one that I resonated with was the Botswana Agate. So it's a bit brown and it feels like home. But yeah, for this season, I recommend that we get one that has a bit of blue, because the season Yarona is about communication, you know, and the mouth. So purification of the mouth, part of the things that are done in the Djehuty season, you know. So a little running joke, my friend and I, when I'm not serious like this, yeah, my mind tends to be very creative, you know. So we used to say, my friend and I, when we go to these sacred lands, her and I need to wash our mouths. So we need to purify our mouths. But yeah, it's all in good jest. Never offend people. We just chuckle with things that can potentially go short-lived. Anyway, so that is the stone, the season. And then I'm just maybe gonna go a little bit into all these things before we do like a full episode or a fully unpacking this. I don't know if it's gonna be necessary if you guys will see it on Queen Zigimazwai's podcast. But for our space, I will definitely do a fullish episode. And then the scent season is a Neroli. So it's one of these ancient scents, but I'm seeing a lot of perfume makers also dabbling a bit into this. So it's a bit of a citrusy kind of scent, but it's made from flower and only like white petals. And then the color of the season is gray, hence I'm in gray today, is gray and white, or gray or white, or gray and white, yeah. So the shades, those shades, right? And then the incense is eucalyptus. That is a very common one. I think we're mostly familiar with the eucalyptus smell, especially for the period, yeah, the madness of 2020, you know, yeah, even for those who complied, but those who did not comply, and those that did not comply. But we know where a lot of people are using eucalyptus, you know, the alternative medicine, alternative healing methods that we embarked on during that crazy period of 2020. And then the metal thing is a lodestone. So lodestone is it's a magnet, so it's grayish in color, but yeah, so it's one of, well, it's one, I guess stones are ancient, they must be as old as the mountains. But yeah, lodestone is a magnet. It's like a magnet kind of stone. It's very magnetic and gray. I want to like this palish gray, not the quite shiny one. But I'm sure if they do polish the stones, they get to be, not the stones, man, the metal gets to be in that format. And then the animals that are associated with the season are the baboon and the ibis, the main ones. With the giraffe, I haven't really looked into much giraffe, but I've seen, or I've experienced more things the Djehuty season via the ibis as well as the baboon. So we're gonna go deeper into that. So maybe today let's just unpack these things that align us later the season. So with the season, yeah, 23 November to the 23rd of December, on the normal zodiac calendar, as you know, it's the zodiac calendar based on the northern hemisphere. We know for it is the Sagittarius season, but now we need to be cognizant. I was told that I speak too fast, so maybe let me slow down a little bit. So we need to be cognizant that Djehuty principle yarona, or I forgot the names that we use here down south. So he is referred to in the Sesotho languages as Mmuelli le Mongodi. So that is the one who speaks, or the one who communicates, the one who advocates for you, the one who counsels for you, as well as a scribe. So Mongodi is a scribe. In the Nguni languages, I think Sizulu, I'm not too sure what the other Nguni languages, but it is Mlomokazi, so the great mouth, as well as Mlobikazi. So Ugloba is also the scribe. So remember, we also need to remember that these principles, guys, are not, these are just principles, energy principles, for us to be able to align with nature, for us to be cognizant of the energy that is prevalent, you know, so that we can resonate better with the season. So there's no god or whatever, a creature out there that has like an animal head and a body, but because that who knows, maybe the thing. But yeah, for us, for purposes of our knowledge sharing sessions, we just need to think of those things as just principles, as just concepts, for us to better understand the energies of nature, the prevalent energies of nature, this cosmic resonance between the cosmos and us as the mortal beings, let me say that. Okay, so Djehuty is a lunar deity, right? So it's from a group of 8, but then with the 4 deities that are associated with that, we find out what it is, a lunar deity. So instead of them carrying the sun in the headgear, for them it will be the moon. And then you would see with the ibis bird as well, that the beak is sort of shaped like a crescent of like crescent air moon, so half moon, not half moon, towards the quarter, so only the 8th, so of the moon, when visually, when we can express the moon visually, because remember the moon is always there, but because of the different phases, but it's always there. It's not something, it's not an abracadabra and then it disappears. And then what else did I want to share with? Also, the eucalyptus is very excellent for the season, because the season we're focusing more on mind, you know, even though it is a concept, it is an energy prevalence that is able to connect us nicely with the cosmos, you know. So in the mythology story, this is where now, you know, we've spoken about how your heart will be weighed against the feather. So Anpu takes you now to the scale. When you get to the scale, Okopanali, Djehuty. So Djehuty is a prosecutor, he's a counselor, as well as the judge, you know. So he's the one that's got all your deeds there. So your life's, your soul's journey there. So if your deeds were horrible, what you went to there, the good deeds you did, so everything. So he's the knowledge keeper, he's the god of communication. It's the energy of great wisdom. So all knowledge that exists, Djehuty has access to that. And this season, you have the capability of you tapping into that ancient knowledge or hidden things, but whatever it is that existed, whether it was an intention, whether it was a thought, manifestation, when we're talking about like a universal mind. So these are the records that Djehuty has, So also, not just for universal mind, because we are divided and conquered, unfortunately, but all records of whatever thoughts that you have, So for those of us who grew up in religious households, we know there's a story there where it's mentioned where your name is written in the book of life, kind of thing. So that concept was stolen from this ancient text from Great Kemet, from ancient Kemet, where now it was describing the duties or the functionality of Djehuty. So in the creation story, again, Djehuty is responsible for the math, the measurements, symbolism, mind concepts, psychic abilities, the Ma'at law, so architecture, the laws of Ma'at, the 42 laws of Ma'at. And for those Vamjola, I always say this, those are looking for a partner, like a perfect partner, okay, Lenke, the African calendar, the okay, Lenke, it's energy houses. So you need to get yourself a Ma'at partner. So Ma'at on the normal zodiac, that would be the Leos, I think. Ne? Yes, the Leos on the regular zodiac. Yeah, so why I'm mentioning also the date, while we're still on the date, Djehuty. So the period in Djehuty, right now on the normal zodiac, it Sagittarius period, right? But we are actually experiencing that Gemini period, so the twinsies period. That is where we are at, because remember, this calendar is tracking the movement of the sun. So we left where now it had returned back, and then you have a new year, and then Heteru came, and then now we're entering into the third house, where now it is able to merge the psychic world as well as the physical world in order for us to be able to have access to all this ancient knowledge and great knowledge. And this movement, the sun, Lona, it's basically describing I don't want to use the word twasa, but now the different phases that the sun is going to go into for it to reach its high self when we're now entering the Heru season. Remember, Heruki ascension season, and Heru is part of Ra, is part of there's also Heru the elder. So there's different names of Heru. I actually love Mpashawa Heru and looking forward to that season when it does come. But yeah, so Gemini period, actually the ruling planet of Gemini is Mercury, and Mercury is very fitting because the energy house at Djehuty is based on communication, and Mercury is planet Yarona that is responsible for communication. And sadly, for those who are into things like the Mercury retrograde, we are definitely going into retrograde. Kaboma mid-December, so Saboma 13, so we're going into retrograde. So be careful, be very cognizant of the communications that you are engaging in, the deals. Read your contracts, fine print, read a fine print. Don't make hasty decisions then, but I think we have covered a retrograde episodes, the things to not do, retrograde, Mercury retrograde. So so that is why I'm mentioning that. But then for those who are interested also in the zodiacs and the cosmos and all that, so they're gonna tell you now, because they'll probably be preparing for the full moon that's coming. So it is happening in the house of Sagittarius. So that is why I always emphasize that you don't discard what you recognize yourself with on the regular zodiac, the Gregorian zodiac symbol system. So because you would still find characteristics of yourself. So you go, you watch what happens in that house, you watch what happens in your house, And so that is the lunar aspect of it, but the solar aspect of it, that is now happening Gemini, But because we still have not shared this content so much, and we've not aligned, and people are still wrapping their heads around this whole concept, or no, we flip our zodiacs around, because there's a lot of reasons why I can verify and say scientifically or anthropologically life and why this calendar is inverted, and I think the telltale signs, you would see it, the solstices, the equinoxes, they happen in opposite. Autumn equinox, spring equinox, winter solstice, summer solstice kind of situation. And then, yeah, with the gray color and the white color, I'm gonna leave that to those who do like energy healing. But yeah, for those bars, so you can use that either as a candle or draped in white or whatever it is. But it is one of the colors that the everythingness of everything. So if you don't have maybe a certain color, I know with the white candle you can use that. But yeah, if we don't have anybody commenting on the color white, especially the energy healers, then the next episode that we do, then I will cover that, you know. So I like, yeah, I sharing knowledge. Those who have strengths in a certain thing, can they also display their strengths in that way? And then, yes, I was mentioning eucalyptus is also amazing for meditating because it helps you now center your brain, in your mind. You're able to center nicely, and so it's a very potent smell. And then the tree with the, I didn't speak of the tree, it's the pomegranate tree. So when I was researching and looking into ancient texts, so there's other people who were actually buried this pomegranate tree. So it's a very sacred plant in ancient times, you know. And also you'd see it go, if you have privilege enough to go to ancient Kemet, you would see also more their walls. There's also paintings, this tree. So it shows you the significance of this tree. And then I think because these things sitting out, guys, I think we will unpack them some more, you know, because I really am passionate. And we did take the introduction episode, right? But yes, a little bit of something before I think let me wrap it up, and then we'll go more into detail with the other things like the animals. I want to go deeper into the animals, but I did cover it last night on Zigino's podcast. But I want to say also that Djehuty is called the Akashic record keeper. So the word Akashic itself basically means that which holds all, and we'll explain more and how we link it to ourselves. But I did touch a little bit on it, records of everything, every intent in the world, everything that's ever been mentioned. But those are the names that Djehuty would go by. So for those who are, you know, into communications, this season is yours. For those by number 3 as well, this is your season. This is your season life path number 3, because it's our 3rd month now. And then those also in businesses like communication, or in spaces like communication, or you are a poet, you're a writer, your communication method, your delivery of healing, or whatever it is, either written word or spoken word, thrive. Use this energy right now to thrive, you know, for mending of relationships as well, because you know there's a saying for communication is important somewhere in relationship there. I just know it's something that I'm very cognizant of, especially I've been a victim a lot of the Mercury retrograde. But yes, that is our introduction to Djehuty or Djehuty, Mlomokazi, Mmuelli, Mongodi or Mlobikazi. That is our deity, and we will continue. And I hope next week I will definitely be feeling better. I am a bit drowsy right now, and I'm hoping what we shared is enough for you guys to collect those things either for your altar or the altar being. Remember, you are the bigger altar, and that altar intentions besides the energies that are prevalent there or the gods that are prevalent there, and but you are the biggest Mosamo, the biggest altar. So please go collect those things. So 23 November to 23 December, your Agate stone, tree, pomegranate, animals, baboon, and Ibis. You don't have to buy these animals, guys, please. You can buy maybe also maybe statues or whatever it is, but you don't have to buy these. Just remember, we're just checking the characteristics that the animals, because Djehuty would be represented either as the baboon or a god with the head, the Ibis. And then the incense, Eucalyptus. You can either buy the drops that thing or buy the incense. And then the scent, Neroli. So it's I'm not too sure the thing, but I'm seeing it now. It's becoming quite popular. But also if you're into citrusy smells or citrusy scents, get yourself those. I think we have covered a lot of things. I'm making notes nowadays, so I don't forget a lot. But I'll get my eyes happy today. Happy new season, happy new month, prosperity, abundance, and love. May be so kind to you. Heteru was very kind, was very mending for me. And if you want to share reflections that Heteru season, I know Gogo Khameti, you used to do that, but you have slept. So please, Queen, come back or clarify the reviews on the season that you have experienced. You haven't done a lot, actually. I think we're never the set season, But thank you so much for tuning in, and those who have made it this far, please do like, please do subscribe, please do share, please do engage with us in the comment section. And also leave the dislikes, we appreciate as well, you know, for whatever reasons that you'd have. But yes, we are here on Stone to Clear. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, we discuss content in at times, but we're gonna have fun. And yeah, I'm gonna sometime soon, I'm gonna be taking a little bit of a break, and in that break period I'm gonna maybe be sharing a little bit of vlogs until I have rested, because I see I am also neglecting my business, my main source of income. And I just want to just breathe a bit of life there, because Leona, it's in the communication space, so I want to engage a little bit on that. But I will make the announcements when I'm on some not juices, but a little bit of peace. But I'll get my eyes and happy to be.
Here we go like that.